watch how you talking to me. I had a kids that they I had a kids that they barking for me. I'm too blessed, I sneeze. I had you girls on her knees, yeah. We trapped in the west, we scraping the paint.
What's good, YouTube? This is me recording the intro because I forgot to record the intro for the clip you're about to see. But basically, all I wanted to tell y'all is this is a Summrs remix. This is gonna be Martin and Gina, and I'm gonna be breaking down how I make the how I made my preset for this song. So you're gonna see, not only are you gonna see like me breaking down the song itself, but in the second half you're gonna see how I break down the preset. So if you're here to see how I break down my how I made my preset, you don't want to go to the second half. You want to see the how I made the song. It's the first half, and if you're here, you might as well watch both halves. But I'm just letting y'all know, don't skip too early. Don't, you know what I'm saying, don't miss out, because I got sauce for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how I make my preset. This is like from scratch on a USB microphone. This is like $100. The microphone I've been using in all the other videos like $60. So this is how you can make your vocal sound as good, like good quality with a cheap microphone. I'm gonna show y'all how I make like a Summrs type song. Like, trust me, there's gems in this video. Don't skip, don't miss out. The preset is on sale. Y'all DM me on Instagram or comment down below, all that for the preset, or if you want features, you want work, all of that, hit me. And I just hope y'all enjoyed the video. And without further ado, let's get into it. So this is gonna be another plug and B tutorial. I'm gonna break down, since the song's already made, I'm just like break down my thought process while recording my part. And then I'm also break down like my preset, because I was supposed to make a video of making a preset from scratch, but that would have been like, I don't want to edit too much, do all, like, I just want to give y'all a video, so I'm gonna just break it down in here and like show y'all like the steps behind my preset. So real quick, let's start with the actual song. Here's a preview. This is my part, by the way. It's just we were sending this file back and forth. Me and Mike were sending it back and forth. So this is like, this is here. I just muted this part because it came back in the file that Mike sent me. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'll just start from right here.
Watch how you talking to me. I had a kids that they I had a kids that they barking for me. I'm too blessed, I sneeze. I had you girls on her knees, yeah. We trapped in the west, we scraping the paint.
So that's your little preview. We really wanted to make sure we got that little that little, hold on, let me just play that part.
I don't care about the time you've been on, cause none of the time is
you know what I'm saying, that little side. We wanted to get that in, you know what I'm saying, get the Summrs flow. And then later on we switched to kind of like the flows we would have naturally taken, so like right here.
She can't stay, they don't know my name. Fucking goose me fucking trains. Many niggas they too strange.
So yeah, this part is like kind of us just trying to like imitate the Autumn and Summrs flow, and after that we kind of just like did the rest of our own song. So real quick, right here, this section right here, the first part, I kind of did the thing where Autumn, he doubles his vocals. So I did like a higher take. Here, let me solo with just the vocals real quick, so you can hear this part's like kind of like a more energetic part.
Yeah, you better watch how you talking to me.
More melodic. This part's like the deeper, just like more chill part.
Yeah, you better watch how you talking.
And I said, I got the kids and they barking. So I kind of like switched up. You see how this like is an extended note, and then this one, like, you hear it's like I'm more chill with saying it, but it's longer and I'm saying it. You'll see. Hold on.
I had the kids and I had the kids and they barking for me.
So I feel like it was cool to have like both sides of the energy in the song, in that vocal take. So I put both of those in the main. I pan one slightly to the left, one slightly to the right. How you pan is you double click on your take, and then you just click this right here. So this one's to the left, this one goes to the right. And then what I think I did is like the energetic one, like more of the melodic one, I switched the ears that it's in. So you see what I'm saying? It's like it kind of goes between both ears while you do it. It's just a little bit of panning, nothing too crazy. So
you better watch how you talking to me. I had the kids and they barking for me.
It just makes the song a little unique, and you can really tell it kind of had that Autumn influence, because that's what he does in a lot of his songs. So I just try to do that, add a little spin on it, make it my own. That's in the main. For the ad-libs, I kind of really it was just layering. If y'all saw my last video, I was just talking about making sure you layer, you add some like stuff to fill in the space. And then we made this little ad-lib, because if you listen to the original song right here, let me see, Mike did it in the song. And right here, so you're gonna hear you hear this like extended reverb ad lib. I'm gonna play it real quick. That pain, it kind of leads into the other notes, so I'm trying to make an ad lib that does that, and then we just had like a bunch of reverse ad libs, some like layers, stuff like that. So you'll hear that across this part. I think it's this one right here. So we just did that to imitate the Summrs ad lib that kind of like led into the rest of the ad libs. You'll hear it. So yeah, it's just a bunch of ad libs right here. So I didn't even go OD with it. This is probably more ad libs, layers. And so again, this is that extended reverb ad lib was here. So a bunch of that extended reverb just add more of the Summrs feel and just like open up the song kind of. So just a lot of layering actually. I didn't go OD with the ad libs. Usually I do a lot more ad libs as you've seen in like the recent videos, but this one I didn't do too much with it. And then right here, all I really did was I kind of like made sure you hear that like that like little flow that Summrs be doing. So just added more emphasis. So that's all that was. And then for this section, the part where I did my own flow, I kind of started off with that one ad lib here. Let me just to lead into my part, you can hear that.
Get away, she can't stay up. They don't know my name. Fucking goose me fucking trains. Man, these niggas, they too strange. And these niggas be so gay. Tell them get up on my lane. Call my shooter, he gon' spray. He is taking like today. And I'm outside with it. Always got my fire with me. Oh yeah, I got fire with me. I got twin, I slide with me. Know my gang gon' slide with me. Yo, ho wanna ride with me. I just take my time with it. Up the tracks, I'm climbing it. Yeah.
So yeah, again with these ad libs, it wasn't too OD. It was just like some layers. Here, let me try and solo as much of the ad libs as I can. So let me just solo the vocals real quick, and then I'll point out the ad libs. But a lot of it was that reverb, and then just layering on top of it, like right here.
Too strange, and these niggas be so gay.
So right here. Just add more ear candy to the song. Add some more stuff to focus on. The main line is pretty simple. It's just like the same vocals over and over again. I feel like a lot of y'all try to overcomplicate y'all main lines. Try and just keep that same steady flow. Obviously, you can switch up the pitches and stuff like that. But when you try to switch up the timing too much in a song, that's when it kind of starts to sound offbeat. So try to keep with the same timing until you're trying to assert a flow switch, if you see what I'm saying. Like in these section of 8 bars, I try to keep it the same. And I add a little bit of diversity every here and then, but it's mainly the same flow. And then the ad-libs is what really makes it unique in the song. I feel like when y'all try to do too much in a small section, it kind of confuses the listener. It kind of makes your songs not sound as good as they could be if you spread it out and just take your time, be patient with it. So I'm gonna just play what I mean real quick.
Get away, she can't stay up. They don't know my name. Fucking goose me fucking trains. Man, these niggas, they too strange. And these niggas be so gay. I tell them get up.
It's like a steady beat. You kind of feel like you see how I'm like trying to stretching out different parts of the words. Like this part is a longer part, and it's kind of these going into each other. But at the end of the day, it's like a steady beat. You can kind of tell I'm keeping that same tempo. I'm not like trying to switch the flow too much, but I'll kind of diversify it in the way I said it. So that's a little gem real quick on just like my thought process behind how I do stuff. Maybe I'll switch the pitch, or like I'll sing some part high, some part lower in the song, but I'll try to keep the same tempo because I feel like the tempo is really what asserts how good a song is and like how you flow with it.
Get away, she can't stay up. They don't know my name. Fucking goose me fucking trains. Man, these niggas, they too strange. And these niggas be so gay. I tell them get up on my lane. Call my shooter, he gon' spray. He is taking like today. And I'm outside with it. Always got my
And so you can see after this 8 bars, that's kind of when I switched that flow. I said, and I'm outside with it. But then I went back to like keeping a steady. So yeah, I changed the way the flow goes, but it's still always steady. That's really all I'm trying to say is and try to have like a kind of a rhythm in each section and keep that rhythm for each section. But you can switch it up like in the section. It's just don't switch the actual rhythm. You can switch how you sing the bars, switch the way the bars sound, but try to keep that steady section.
Like today, and I'm outside with it. Always got my fire with me. Oh yeah, I got fire with me. I got twin, I slide with me. Know my gang gon' slide with me. Yo, ho wanna ride with me.
And so here, I added a bunch of ad-libs because I actually had to go. Like when I was recording it, my mom was calling me all that, and I had to go. So I just did that to rush it, and then I came back and I finished it later with these this main line right here. And then at the end, I just added these ad libs to flow back into Mike's part. So let me show you what that sounds like real quick.
Ride with me, yo, I'm wanna ride with me. I just take my time with it. Other tracks I'm climbing it, yeah.
Just so it flows back into Mike's part. So that's all it really is for my vocals, like breaking down the vocals. Now I'm gonna break down the preset real quick. I'm only gonna break down the main preset. Y'all can just DM me if there's any like specific ad lib you want. And remember, all my presets are going on sale. Like, you just DM me on Instagram. And I mostly do Cash App. I can do PayPal, but don't go to the website. Just DM me and I'll send you the preset. It's $30 for the main preset. And I'll also work features, all that. But yeah, back into it. I'm gonna explain the preset real quick. So I'm gonna just like kind of play it while we're explaining things. But first off, okay, let me do it like this. First we have autotune. We all know how autotune. We won't have that first. Autotune, nothing too much to explain. This is a de-esser. This don't be working all the time, but hold on, let me try. Close it, open it again. But all it does is it takes out that sibilance, like this, that sharp sound. That's all it's supposed to do. It works like half of the time. I mean, it's not really that important because you can always just come into an EQ and take that sound out. You see, like right here, this around here, you just dip it down instead of using a de-esser. But that's what I do. I like to take away sounds before I amplify them again. Because like you can, when you have a raw vocal, let me play it like this. Actually, let me start it like this. I'm going to take off all the effects and I'm going to add them one by one. You can kind of see what the effect of each of them is supposed to do. So I'm trying to solo this. All right, there. So start with just the autotune.
Get a while, she can stay up. They don't know my name. Fucking goose me for his drinks. Many niggas, they too straight.
So obviously the autotune is just correcting my pitch. I have a decent singing voice, so it's not too much.
Get a while, she can stay up.
It's just kind of like correcting the notes, making sure they're like perfectly in tune. But it's pretty. It doesn't do too much.
Get a while, she can stay up. They don't know my name.
And so the de-esser is supposed to take away like the sounds, like the sharp sounds. Like I said, you could just use an EQ because sometimes like my de-esser don't be working, or you can use Maximus. It has a de-esser in there. So
Get a while, she can stay up.
It doesn't do too much. All it's really supposed to do is just take away high frequencies. Next is the limiter. That's just gonna take away background noise. So these first three is just some like maintenance stuff. It's just like some, I don't know, just like kind of controlling, because it's just to keep background noise. This is just controlling the pitch, and this is just to control like the dynamic range of the sharp sounds. So first three, that's all those are there for. I try like I said, just control everything, and then you can amplify what you want after. Just try and get like remove the bad frequencies, remove the things that don't need to be there, and amplify after. So that's what the first three have done so far. Next, I have a bunch of EQs. So these are, again, removing what you don't like to hear. So let me play these real quick.
Get a while, she can stay up. They don't know my name.
See, that already does a lot. You can hear those EQs. They do a lot right there. They take away the what's it called, the frequencies that don't need to be there, and really shapes the vocals. So this is the importance of EQ. I might make a whole other video on how to EQ, but really, all you really have to do is you probably heard this before, you sweep. So you take like one band, you bring it up, and you listen.
Get a while, she can stay up.
What you don't like to hear, you just bring it back down. So that's all I do. You just sweep through and take down like the frequencies you don't want to hear. I'll make another video if y'all want that, but I just like try to shape the sound of my vocal to what I want it to sound like in these EQs, and it really makes a difference early on, especially. So you can hear like just from the EQs that I added.
Get a while, she can stay up. Get a while, she can stay up.
It sounds a lot more controlled. And then after I've controlled it with the EQs, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get the dynamic range. So basically the EQs, they control the frequencies, right? So it's like this pitch, all of that, and then just kind of condense it into a voice that you like to hear. The compressor is gonna condense like how loud your vocal gets, and kind of like makes it flatter in a way. So basically, if I'm talking like this, you see how I'm talking, it kind of stays like the same sound level. When you're singing, sometimes you like to talk a little quieter, and then you get up here, and then blah blah blah. You see like the dynamic range, like how loud your vocals, it kind of switches up. The compressor kind of just like brings it together and kind of flattens it a little bit. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you can really hear when I'm trying to be sensitive. Like if I'm trying to really convey that, like. I don't know. You can tell the feeling. Like
Many niggas, they too strong.
you see how many niggas be too straight. Like I try to like convey that feeling of like holding back and like yelling. Like I want all of that to be heard at the same time. I don't want it to be too much where it kind of throws off the listener. So that's why I bring this all the way back down and I make the ratio. The ratio is just like how much it gets compressed. I flatten it, all that, and I love attack. Attack is just like how quickly it will compress. So just these settings is what I do, and then after that I'll bring it up a lot with the gain, because my threshold, that's like where it starts the compression. I bring that a lot down, that way I can really get that control on how I want the threshold to be, and I'll bring it back up with this gain. So this gain comes back a lot. So you'll hear it still has like that emotion. You can hear me holding back, you can hear me like shouting out, but it's more of in the same like range. It's a lot louder, but like on the same level. You'll just hear me bypass and like play it, and you'll see what I'm saying.
Man, these niggas, they too strange.
When I didn't have it, it was like you can kind of tell visibly that like vocal difference.
Man, these niggas, they too strange.
While here, you can still hear like that difference in emotion, but it's all kind of on the same level. It's like barely shifting, if you see what I'm saying.
Man, these niggas, they too strange. And these niggas be so gay.
So that's a big part of making your vocal sound professional, is that compression after that EQ. So after you EQ to control the frequencies, you want to use compression to kind of control the dynamics. So you can see it controls that dynamic range. It kind of brought it down a little bit, so I'll use saturation. That's what Sound Goodizer really is just saturation to bring back that emotion and feeling and kind of make it a little louder. So I'm going to play without the compressor, and then with the compressor, and then without the saturation. With the saturation, you'll hear. So you see how as soon as I added that Sound Goodizer on top of that compressor, it kind of added a lot of that emotion and that warmth and it kind of that loudness. But if I didn't do that with the compressor, it would kind of still be all over the place. This is why I want to make sure I have my compressor before I add that saturation. So it kind of like keeps it all level. It sounds controlled. It sounds professional. So here I'm gonna also add back that saturation. And so far we've already come a long way from what we started with. And these are really all just stock plugins. The only thing that's not stuck is Spitfish, but like I said, that don't even be working half the time, and it's really just an EQ on that sharp part. So far all you really need is stock plugins, and that's how you get this professional sound so far. And then the rest is just kind of fine tuning. That's what I have next. There's just some EQs, delays, convolvers, stuff like that. Patcher, I think it has some more. So this is a fresh air. It's just like adds more saturation. I'll go step by step and explain it more. So let's just keep going for now. Next I have some EQs just to kind of like be more precise with what I want to be heard with the frequency. So I'm gonna play that real quick. So again, it's nothing too crazy. It's just like refining, making the voice sound a little cleaner. If I play it without, you'll see it sounds like a little bit muddier. I don't know, it's not letting me. So it just sounds a little cleaner. All I did is just make it sound a little cleaner. Next I have delay and convolver just to add some more ear candy to the vocal, and it kind of helps with while like the vocal is going into each other, it kind of transitions each vocal into each other, kind of runs into each other. So that's what I use instead of reverb right away. I like to add reverb last, so you'll see that later. So you just kind of hear the delay and the convolver just leading each vocal into each other. It makes the thing smooth. So that's all I have there. And then lastly, this patcher. Patcher is just what you can use to add more plugins. So let me just demonstrate how you would do that on a random thing. So if you open more plugins and you add patcher real quick, it shows this empty thing, and basically what this part right here means, this is the audio that's being played into FL Studio, and this is what you're hearing back. So while you're on this mixer track, right, you can add some plugin. So let's say I wanted to use delay, right? I can add delay. So then whatever is being sent into here, that's here, right, from FL, and then we'll add some more delays. So this is how you add even more plugins on top of your mixer if you're running out of slots. You can add that, and it will come send back to FL Studio. So you just have to make sure this is connected, and then that means it will play back this delay to FL Studio. If you don't have this connected, nothing will play out loud. So that's just how you add more plugins to FL Studio. Patcher is just like a space where you can add a bunch of more plugins. It's just like a free open space to add plugins. That's basically all it is. Oh, did I delete the patcher? Why is it still out? Yeah, it's a different one. So yeah, you can delete this patcher right here. And so here in my patcher right here on this bottom part, I just added a fresh air. So that just kind of adds a little more saturation, more high end. Then I compressed it a little bit because I didn't want it to, you know, get out of range again. I wanted to control it. And then lastly, I added a limiter just to increase the volume. Literally all I did was increase the gain. So that's all I have here. So let's just play that and hear the difference. It's just gonna be a small minor difference right there.
She can't stay, they don't know my name. Fucking groups be fucking trains. Man, these niggas, they too strange. And these niggas be so gay. Tell them get up on my lane.
So just a little small difference to make the vocals sound a little cleaner. And then so now what I have here is some more EQs and a flanges and some reverb. So this is a bus. Basically all a bus is, after I've already have these what's it called, these vocal takes right here. So this mixer preset, I'll just send this into the bus and then I'll add some more stuff to it. So it's just EQs to just kind of get like more precise what I want, just clean it up a little bit. That's all it really is. So this bus, I have it, it's just there, and then if I feel like the song needs something more, that's what I do. And then flanges, I felt like this song just needed a little bit of flanges to spice it up a little bit. It's nothing too much. And then reverb, just a simple reverb, not too much. And then another EQ, it's just cleaning it up. So that's all the bus is just to clean up the song a little bit. And then, yeah, that's my main preset breaking down. If y'all want any other presets like the Adderlib presets or anything, hit me up Instagram, and I might make a breakdown video on those later on. If y'all need those, just let me know. But that's all it is for the video. I just wanted to show y'all that Martin and Gina remix. And I also wanted to show y'all how I make my preset and a little breakdown on that. So that's all I have for y'all this video. I'm gonna put this remix in the description so y'all can go listen to it on SoundCloud. I have a plug-in B tape coming up soon. I'm gonna drop some more videos before I drop that plug-in B tape. So y'all stay tapped into the plug-in V. I see y'all love these videos. I appreciate all y'all who have been watching. I promise I'm coming more consistent. I'm going to be coming more consistent with that plug-in B. And after I'm done with this plug-in B tape, I'm going to move on to like all different types of genres. I have some crazy stuff with Mike on the way. So just keep watching, keep supporting. I appreciate all of y'all. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on SoundCloud, follow me on Spotify, all that. You know what I'm saying? I love all of y'all. Subscribe, comment, let me know what y'all want to see more in the future. And I will see y'all in another time.